Got our first bait of the day. Actually, I've got a combination of bait today. I've got some white perch and I've got some fresh eel, and it was just caught a little while ago, so it's good and fresh. And we're right around those hot summer months with the water temperature changing, and a lot of these fish are now coming off the beds. They could have a preference of one bait over the other. They might want a particular size of bait. The signs, at least what I'm seeing, are telling me that these fish are hungry. They're post-spawn and they're looking to bite aggressively. So I'm gonna try to catch some big ends on some big pieces of chunk bait. So I'm gonna cut these up pretty large size chunks, maybe about the size of my fist, to try it off. And if they want something a little bit smaller, then I can downsize later. So big old head piece of white perch, got the guts and everything in it, and I'll put on a body chunk as well. As I'm getting beat with boat wake here because some pleasure boater didn't have the courtesy to slow down as he did a donut right next to me. So I'm about to get pounded right here in a second. And next I got some fresh American eel here. Fresh. Just caught today. So first is going to be a body chunk of the hook like they do. Just put them in the holder. Next one's gonna be, they prefer them head pieces. Big old piece of white perch head. And I'm just gonna go down the, out through a gill plate and out one of his nostrils. Right, just like that. Just make sure I got all the hook point exposed and no scales on them. See if he commits. We got a couple fish working through here. I just had one takedown, he didn't hook up, and I got another fish that started pecking on this rod, but I don't think he's on. Oh, he's swinging for it again. There he goes. There he goes. Fish. Yeah, it's just a small dink. There he is. Just a small dink catfish. All right, one last look at him. We'll let him go. Got a bite over there. Got a bite. That's a takedown right. That's a takedown. It's a tad bit bigger than the previous one, but not quite the size we're looking for. But with that whole. That big old hook in there. That's a 10-aught circle hook. And we got that big old piece of eel. All right, just another small one. Go ahead and tell your friends to come out and play. We got some dinner for them. Go on. There we go. There's a fish on. There's a fish on right there. I think it's just a small one. I don't know, I'm kind of feeling some head shakes there. Yeah, it is a blue. It's just, he was rolling down there pretty hard. Yep, yes we do. Yes we do. Finally, get that light on so we can see what we're doing here. Just a bunch of dinks moving through. You know, that one's still got a lot of energy in them. There it is. That one was in there good. Another dink. Little dinkity doodah. Off he goes. In case y'all wondering what a gar can do to your bait, that right there. That thing has been shredded and torn up. That ain't no catfish doing that. That's definitely a gar. That's a takedown right there. That's a takedown. That's a takedown right there. There's a big school of dink in this area. It's not a bad, it's a little bigger than the previous ones. Alright, you got me all wet there, buddy. That's not how you play. It's not how you play in my party. Look at you. All wound up there. Acting all crazy for me. I barely got him in the corner of the mouth there. Just kind of on the upper lip. There it is. There's the hook. Still got that eel still there. It's got a really tough bait. I'm surprised at how tough it is. It just keeps going. Oh, we got another takedown. We got another takedown. We got another takedown. Still on. Yep, he's on. He's on. Couldn't even get that other bait down before this one hit. Let's see if we can get him on this camera here. It's just a Dink-fest here, guys. Just a Dink-fest, not what I planned. I was hoping to get into that post-spawn action, but looks like it's possible, the way the weather's been going, that the big ones are kind of still in the nest. It is the one thing I like about these 80-pound monofilament leaders, is I can just grab it and not have any worry that the line is going to break as I hoist in the fish. You know, I could carry a big landing net, but in a kayak it's just going to take up so much space. Pliers on this guy here, because he is kind of hooked kind of deep there. There it is. Another dink, but it's action. Oh, got another takedown going. Guys, this is my last rod. Wow, that was a good takedown. That's a good takedown, guys. I don't have any bait in the water. I don't have any bait in the water, guys. I was just trying to get that piece of eel there situated, and man, he took it down hard. This is probably a little bit bigger than the other ones. Yeah, he's got some weight on him. He's got some weight. Well, that's the biggest fish so far. Biggest fish of the day, but I gotta get a better. Alright, let's see. Hopefully he's tuckered himself out a little bit now. I feel like he hasn't. I feel like he's got another surge in him. Oh, it's a heavy fish. Oh, it's a heavy fish. Oh. Oh. That is a heavy fish, guys. See if we can get the hook out of him. He had it kind of in a bad way. He didn't even get the hook in his mouth. He kind of just pierced his lower lip there. Kind of got himself in a bad way there. Kind of skewered himself in the lower lip. He didn't even get the hook in his mouth. There it is. Wow. That was a interesting type of hook set there. He did not get the hook in his mouth. He had it kind of skewered there in his lower lip. But that's a pretty heavy fish there. That's a good sized fish, guys. That's a tank. That is a nice fish. He's heavy. Look at that mouth. Look at that mouth on him. Exciting takedown. He pulled it down hard. He punched above his weight on that takedown. All Alright, I'm gonna let him go. I got no baits in the water. Kinds of stuff, but I can take care of this first. See what's going on. See if he's still on. Yeah, it just feels like a small one. I'm trying to keep him out of the line there. If it'd be so nice and not get tangled in it, that'd be great. And he did cooperate. And he has got himself all kind of tangled up. Man, he got himself all lassoed. Wow. Alright, what a mess. This fish kind of got the hook in his mouth, and then he got lassoed in the rest of the leader material. And oh, what a mess. I'm gonna have to clean that up. I might have to cut that and start all over again, the way he got in it, but it's action nonetheless. And I got action going on this rod now. He's on. Oh, there he is. It's another dink. Get off my thumb. Ugh. I was biting my thumb, but this is another small dink. He's on. This is a small one. Dink. Get off my thumb. Ugh. I was biting my thumb, but this is another small dink. Oh, and as soon as I say that, I get a bite. And there he goes. There he goes. This is another small dinko. Alright, there it is, another small blue catfish. We'll get that one released, and I'm gonna change these baits out here in just a second. See if he commits. We got some fish working through here. We got some fish working through. We got a couple fish working through here. I just had one takedown, he didn't hook up, and I got another fish that started pecking on this rod, but I don't think he's on. Oh, he's swinging for it again. There he goes. Is he on? He's on. I think it's a small one. I think it's just a small fish. Yeah, it's just a small dink. Not the type that we want. But there is fish moving through here, so I'm gonna give him a quick release and get that bait back in the water. Well, there he is. Just a small dink catfish. It's a small dink. Small dink, looks like a small female actually, but not the fish that we want. He's swimming that way. He's swimming that way. Please tell me he didn't come off. He's still on. That was quite a takedown, but not quite the size that I was looking for. Alright, let me, you know what, he's not a bad size. A little bigger than the previous ones. Did feel like a bigger takedown. There it is. There's the hook. Old fun size fish. Oh, we're getting a hit on that one right there. I think we're getting a hit on that rod. Yep, but it's not a big one. He's just kind of hit. Oh, there we go. There it is. He took it down that time. He took it down that time. That feels like a bigger fish. Feels like a good fish. You know, I got kind of misled there the first time. The way he hit it. He's pulling, he's digging. Yeah, just a tad bit bigger than what we've been catching so far. It's not a sumo catfish, but a little bit bigger than what we got before. So, just gonna get my glove on and land him here. Get a quick picture and get that bait back down there so I can get his bigger brother, or his bigger, or hopefully his grandfather. There we go. That's why he surged the way he did. He got the hook in his mouth, and then it came out the other side. So he was hooked pretty good. He ain't going nowhere. Oh, I got another bite in the back rod. I can feel it. Felt the kayak just shake. Alright, got this hook out. The hook was in there pretty good. Felt that back rod just got hit. But, there he goes again. Oh, it's this rod. It's the rod on my right side. That's not a bad sized fish right there. Decent fish, and he took it down pretty hard. Alright, we'll let him go. And I need to check on that back rod, make sure I'm not in a snag there. He might have come off and possibly snagged me in the process. But let me just get this other bait down there first. That fish tore up these lips here, so I'll just kind of go in through the top of the head, find a chunk of meat to hook into. Fish on. Fish on. back in. Alright, not a bad fish actually. Bigger than the last one. Yeah, looks like a decent sized female. I just felt the hit, but let's get this one back in the water. See if that fish is still on. He went for quite a run. I think he's still on actually. I'm just gonna, yep, there he is. There he is. There we go, he spun the whole kayak around. I just don't want him getting him on the line there. Yeah, he's gone. Swam completely underneath the boat. But I think for now he's avoided the line. Oh, now he wants to go crazy. Hold of him. There we go. Not a bad fish at all. All wound up full of energy too. That hook is in good too. Alright, let me get the pliers. Get that hook out. There. That's the hook, and he looks like he flung the bait off during that surge. Got a lot of energy on him. Alright, not a bad fish actually. One of the better ones of the day. Fun fight too. He spun the kayak halfway around circle, and he pulled really, really hard in that direction behind me. So I had to fight him and the current at the same time, but down he goes. YouTube video, and this fish went ahead and swam away. Yeah, he's not a big one. I think it's the same fish that kept swiping at this bait over and over again. Finally got the business end of the hook. First time wasn't enough, so he said, let me get a running start.
They have to support like these individuals.
This film has a mind of its own. Oh, this fish was barely hooked. He was just barely hooked in a little kind of a skin tag, almost. But it's a pretty good hook set still, even though it's only a small amount of flesh there. There we go, the hook just came out just like that. Alright, it's another fun size fish. He's kind of wound up, look at his tail going, he's about ready to go flop. Go and flop over here, fish. On that time. Yep, he's on. And there's the fish. It's a small little dink. That's not a bad one. Oh. Well, that ain't a bad fish. He's all wound up too. Alright, fish, you need to behave yourself. You ain't gonna be getting us all wet. Stop it. Get that tossing and turning out of your system. There we go. Hook was in there good. Alright, it's one of the bigger ones today. Not a bad fish. What's going on this rod? Oh yeah, there feels like a fish. Yeah, he's on. Small one. Oh, we got a better fish on. We got a better fish on. We got a better fish on. Oh, couldn't get out of the rod holder. This one's pulling harder. It's definitely better. Just gonna leave this one tuckering out. Fish, I do not want to bring him in green, but I've got no choice. And then let him go and land the other one. That's not a bad fish. Alright, let's land this one. He's been on for a while now. Dink catfish. We'll let him go. Alright guys, well I'm going to take this opportunity to do the outro. I'm just going to fish here a little bit longer until our, probably just a little bit longer until our tides begin to flip. But yeah, it was a fun day. Fun night out here fishing on the Potomac. I caught several small-sized catfish. I'll have to run through the footage to see exactly how many. But they were all that small sub-10 pounder. Maybe one or two were a little bit bigger, but that's a sign to me that because of our warmer temperatures, a lot of the big breeding fish are still on the nests. I didn't see any large bruiser males. I didn't see any post-spawn activity or signs of post-spawn catfish, especially when you can start seeing those cuts and bruises all over their head, and they lose a lot of weight, getting thinned out. I didn't see any of that. Just a lot of these smaller dinks. So it's possible just because of our temps, they're going to be on the nest a little bit longer. But either way, it was good to kind of see what's out here right now. I've been wanting to come out with my work schedule, and it finally allowed me to fish. And yeah, who knows? Maybe in a week or so, this whole climate can change. The fish can start coming off the nest, and next thing you know, we're hitting the whoppers. So, and I felt a bite back here. So, oh yep, we got a fish on. Wait, was that confused me? Both of them went down at the same time, but only this one hooked up. All right, well, I did say it was the outro, and I'm gonna fish a little bit longer. So. Go. Another fish. Oh, there's a fish on there. Oh, that's a better takedown right there. I think he's still on. Yeah, he is. Right in front of me. Yeah, there's your better sized fish. You took it down pretty hard. All right, buddy. You behave now. in there pretty good. He wasn't coming out. Alright. Nice. Nice fish. This one's got a little bit of scars on him. Look at it on his under fin. He's got some scars. Maybe this guy was on the beds. Another one bites the dust. That'll be the last fish of the day.